Shot with a rest bar, shot with a rest bar, shot with a rest bar.
Have you visited us online for the grand opening of KBLA.store? For the best in new merch, gift ideas, books, media, and more, log on to KBLA.store. Be sure to check out our KBLA team favorites at KBLA.store today. That's KBLA.store for all the official merch on your favorite talk radio station, KBLA Talk 1580.
The bounce is back. You ready?
It's the queen of royal badness.
It's time for the Raw Report with Robin Ayers.
Highlighting people and things you should know about.
Robin's got you covered. Follow Robin at Robin Ayers. You're listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
Robin's got a lot to talk about.
Report on KBLA Talk 1580, where we bring you the latest in entertainment news, trending topics, and interviews. I'm your host, Robin Ayers, with you Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Happy Monday to you. I don't know about your weekend. Mine was like, I did the most this weekend. I was just running here, running there, but it was all for great cause. Celebrated with a few friends. Who one graduated, got her doctorate, another put on this fancy weekend, and it was wonderful. But that means I did a lot of running around and hung out with my family as well, did some great things. So that was pretty nice. And yesterday I got to sleep. So, Andy, I know you got to sleep some this weekend. I got to sleep some this weekend. Just a little bit, though. Just a little bit. But now we are here back with you guys on the Raw Report. I'm so excited. And what a show we have for you today. We will be covering a few of these topics that have been heavy hitters over the weekend. And we also have an interview scheduled today, too. So you definitely don't want to leave us. You want to come. You want to send all of your friends the link and whatnot. Get everybody on in here. And if you want to weigh in on the conversation today, you can do that by calling 1-800-920-1580. You could also join us right now over in our YouTube chat. The community is just such a lovely community. Hello to everyone in here joining us already for the Raw Report. You can also feel free to use the open mic feature that's on our app. That's so much fun because I love going in there, listening to the little notes that you guys drop, the little voice notes that you drop for those of you who are too shy to call in and too shy even to join in on the YouTube chat. So let's go ahead and get to a few of these updates for you. Now, you know, last week we talked about this Carly Russell situation, the missing woman, and it turns out it is now confirmed that it was a hoax. It was all on her, she says. I don't know if it was all on her. These are my own thoughts, but it has been confirmed, and she's apologizing, and she is asking for forgiveness for anyone who was worried, for the authorities who put in so much time and resources into finding her, and she's apologizing. I don't know if it's working, but you know, at least she did it. Well, she did it through her attorney, by the way. So anyway, we will keep you updated on that because we know that there possibly are going to be charges pressed against her. So again, we will keep you updated on that. That is the big update. Happy birthday to J-Lo. Did you know it was Jennifer Lopez's birthday? Okay. Andy, are you a J-Lo fan? No? Okay. All right. Well, if you are a J-Lo fan, happy birthday to J-Lo. Go ahead and play some of that music for her. Let's go ahead and get into the Raw Report, though.
Now it's time for a breakdown.
Well, I went to sleep, I took my nap, and I looked up, woke up and went on social media, and I see this topic going wild on social media, and that is of comedian Jess Hilarious. And Jess Hilarious, she decided to wake up and become a martyr over the weekend. she is under fire, and she's under fire, and I'm not sure that it'll be a short-lived tension that she's under right now. And I'll discuss why with my contributor that we have of the day, who is a new one, by the way. I'm excited to get to her in just a little bit. But this is a heavy hitter topic, you know, just because there's so much involved in it, and we have clips on what was said and all of the things. Also, Jamie Foxx finally, he said, we have been asking for her. We were like, Jamie, where are you? Jamie said, here I am. He went and got his little camera, his video update, and people still have questions. After all that, people still have questions. We'll talk about it. We're also going to just make mention of the fact that Monica checked a fan. She actually confronted and checked a fan at her own concert. We'll tell you what happened all on the other side. You are listening to The Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. Stay right there.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl, BB, and you're listening to me on The Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
You're inside The Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attention taxpayers, ready for some bad news? With $80 billion in new funding from Congress, the IRS has launched their most aggressive hiring campaign ever to ramp up enforcement. If you're ignoring your taxes, don't delay another minute, because your paycheck, your bank account, even your home or business could already be at risk. Now, here's the good news. Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm, can get to work immediately helping to protect you from the IRS. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their tax attorneys and licensed professionals are experts at resolving tax problems. Let them help determine if you qualify for the Fresh Start Initiative or other powerful IRS tax assistance programs. Take control. Call Optima Tax Relief now for a free consultation.
Call 800-919-9077. 800-919-9077. 800-919-9077.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 85% water, right?
85% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Ooh, pass me the intercom thingy.
Attention shoppers. If you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Don't pay for water. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods.
Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Moments like seeing my son's team cheer him on mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
MVP's bonus days are back at Lowe's. Find special savings on top brands like DeWalt. Right now, save $60 when you buy a DeWalt impact driver or drill for just $99 each. Plus, MVP's Pro Rewards members will earn 3 times the bonus points when shopping the Pro Zone. Shop in-store and online today. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. DeWalt offer valid 7/17 through 8/2. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Valid through 7/28. Subject to change.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news.
You're inside The Raw Report.
With Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580. 1580.
Okay, it's J-Lo's birthday. I see you, Andy. Okay. You are inside The Raw Report. And you know what? I am not here to break down these conversations by myself. I have a wonderful entertainment contributor with me today calling on the phone. She is a third of the So Shameless podcast, which is a great podcast, by the way. I was peeping it. We have got Daja Bell. How are you today, Daja?
Hi, Robin. I'm amazing. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. And thank you so much for that wonderful energy. I appreciate that. I appreciate you joining me today on the Raw Report. I often like to, well, you know, if you've listened at all, you know that we break down some of these trending topics. And boy, do we have some trending topics today. So
Woo, it's so crazy. I literally just recorded So Shameless today, and I'm so happy that we did not touch on the same topic.
Okay.
So you're going to get my fresh thoughts today.
Oh, good. The fresh thoughts are always great. I'll take it. I will definitely take it. So, yeah, I want to start off by talking about this Jess Hilarious situation. She spoke out. I know. It's heavy hitter. She, Jess Hilarious is not a stranger to talking about the trans community, and even the fact that she has been open about the fact that people have mistaken her as a transgender woman. She actually, I think there's a clip going on from several months ago where she was on another podcast saying how a man DM'd her trying to get her involved because he thought that she was a transgender woman. Well, anyway,
right.
I don't know what she ate for breakfast over the weekend, but she woke up and just said, let me have at it. We actually have the clip, Daja. Let's play this clip, and then I definitely want to get your thoughts. And before we start breaking it down on who else has joined the chat, I want to get your thoughts. But go ahead. Let's go ahead and listen to this clip.
Hello. Who the is going to stand up for us? Who the stands up for us? And us, I mean women, real women, biological women, women who were born with all the parts that you guys wish that you were. When does the delusion stop? What is the difference between you and someone who has been diagnosed to be mentally insane? What's the only difference is you don't have a straitjacket on. Stop talking out your Wake up. How are you projecting your anger on real women? Because we are the gatekeepers. We are the gatekeepers for periods. We the only one that bleed, honey. We the only ones that can give birth. We make y'all people. We make y'all. Y'all come from us. You can't be us. You will never. You're chasing something you'll never, ever get. You'll never be that.
Okay. All right. Immediately, Daja. I have so many different thoughts about this, but you feel free. The floor is yours, Daja. Go ahead and chime in on
this. It's so many layers to this, right? Because personally, I believe in context. I believe that context is important before even deep diving into anything that somebody has said.
Sure.
I feel like her background in being mistaken for a trans woman in her past, I believe that there's trauma attached to that. I believe that there is like a little bit of anger and disdain, like a very much like, how dare you think because I'm a real woman, I was born a real woman type thing. And I feel like she constantly has to prove that over and over and over again. And that's where her anger is coming from. But I also feel like when you're talking about her video is in response to a young trans person, or I'm guessing trans identifying person named Blessing Roses. And I was actually doing my homework and my research and going on Blessing Roses TikTok. It seems like she has her own videos and then people leave comments and then she adds comments to what those people are saying. So that's context. I don't believe, and I have friends that are trans women. I have friends that are trans men. I have never had a conversation with a trans woman that said, we get periods too. No, that's delusion. I don't believe that that's what Blessing Rose was saying, but I feel like that's what Jess took and ran with it. The only thing that Blessing Rose said was that cis hetero women are not the only people that have periods. And if you're talking about this new age and we're talking about the nuance of the conversation, she's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. Because trans men also have periods. Non-binary people also have periods because they are they were born female. Now, we tend to a lot mix up sexuality, identity, and gender. And those are all different things. I can identify as a mongoose tomorrow if I want to, but my period not going to stop. I'm going to be Daja, and I'm a mongoose, and I want you all to refer to me as a mongoose, but I'm still going to get my period. If I decide tomorrow that I'm non-binary, my period is not going to stop. I just do not confide or subscribe to the heteronormative norms of the cis women or other cis women, which is perfectly fine. That woman, Blessing, did not say anything wrong. But I just think that we're just in a place and in a space that when you're already bigoted and you already don't like a group of people, anything that somebody says from that group is going to trigger you to go off. If Jess really didn't understand what Blessing Rose was trying to say, I think that it would make absolutely more sense for Jess to have diverted all of that energy to that person instead of to a whole entire community. Jess has had to apologize in the past for being homophobic, arguing with somebody online and calling them the F word. She's had to apologize in the past for being xenophobic when she had that incident on a plane with the Sikh man. Like, you are a bigot, and that's fine. If that's who you are, then that's who you are. But now you are fanning the flames of a fire that is already very tumultuous when you talk about cisgender women and transgender women. Like, we're already kind of like teetering, kind of trying to occupy the same space, and a lot of us don't really understand. We're not taking the time to have conversations, and just flew up on it off the deep end and literally dialed all of that womanhood, sisterhood back another 10, 15 years because you don't understand context and you talking out literally out of your behind. Like, put the phone down, ma'am. You can have your thoughts and feelings, and that's perfectly fine, but you didn't have to. Nobody asked for that. You didn't need your grandstand of that. If you're a woman, real woman, biological woman, whatever you want to call yourself, that's fine. Stand in that. Sit in that. You're not bothering anybody, and the trans people are not bothering you either. We all have bigger to fry as Black people in America, and we probably need to be a little bit more unified than divided.
Dasha just went ahead and gave us the speech of the day. All right, let's just go ahead and we'll drop the mic.
Me off. I'm sorry.
No, it's
making me mad.
You actually made so many great points there, and I appreciate all the context that you've given us and the enlightenment. And it's interesting that you mentioned that about Jess Hilarious. She gives that off. She exudes an anger when she's speaking about this. And it's like, who hurt you? Who hurt you in the past? And I do understand, being treated or called out for being trans, or people thinking that you're a transgender woman, can hurt. And I'm sure as often as it happens to her, it can hurt. But the problem is, I think the ultimate thing that you mentioned, those people, and I will include myself in this because I'm not completely educated on all of the community and all the different terms and all the different lifestyles. And I'm not one of the people who says, hey, I can teach this, right?
Right.
We all conflate it all. We conflate it, and that's the problem. We don't have an accurate understanding of transgender and how you identify and the different terminology. So I'm so glad that you broke that down. I want to get Mimi in here. She's calling in from Jacksonville, Florida, and she has a comment about this. Mimi, go ahead and jump in there.
Hi, Robin.
Hi.
I want to say this in love, and I want to say this in respect. As a Black woman, I respect all people, and women, we go through a lot. Black people, we go through a lot. I didn't really hear the Jess Hilarious comment in full context, as your guest is saying. But I will say I recently saw a story online about UK doctors suggesting that cisgendered women rename their vaginas to a term called bonus holes. And I think that it feels like, transgender women want to be accepted where it's kind of overlapping with biological women, where maybe they want us to change the terms that we are to make them feel comfortable. But I think that may be too much. It feels like it's a competition. And it is confusing. It is confusing.
Daja?
No, can I speak to that?
Sure.
I would like to say, first of all, there's so many levels and layers to trans women, and I don't want to use the thoughts and ideas of one person, which would be this doctor, to ostracize or on an entire community, right? But what we also have to understand is the whole bonus whole thing is ridiculous because there are a lot of trans women that have done the bottom surgery. So they're literally walking around with vaginas as well. So what is the point of having this terminology of a bonus hole? That's somebody else's thing, somebody else's ideals. But when we see that in the media, we automatically think in our minds, if we're not well-versed and we're not worldly and don't have different people from different places and spaces in the world, like, oh, my God, these trans people at it again. Like, is the doctor trans? Like, did the doctor say that trans women or trans people are asking for this? Because there are trans men in the world that are literally just walking and living, and you have absolutely no idea what their origin story is. But we tend to clock trans women a lot. And I don't think that that's necessarily fair because all they want to do, most of them, in their essence, is to live, is to be happy, is to not be targeted, is not to be murdered just because they exist. Like, I feel like we throw a lot of things on the backs of trans women that trans women themselves are like, wait, what? I didn't even ask for that. Like, I never said that. Why are you mad at me? Like,
interesting. Let me go ahead and jump in. Let me jump in the chat. Mimi, thank you so much for your call. I appreciate that. And thank you for the article
Mimi.
that you sent as well. I truly appreciate it. Thank you. I'll say this. There are a lot of people who actually agree with what Jess Hilarious is saying. And she's actually not wrong in what she said. Okay, she actually started off by saying, who is going to take up for us, right? Because we understand we have to become a lot more sensitive and empathetic when it comes to the trans, just the entire LGBTQ plus community as a whole. We have to be more understanding. But like it was mentioned, there are so many different things, so many changes that are happening that we are supposed to adapt to. And we're like, well, who's going to say anything or help us or stand up for us? And so the venom and the vitriol that Jess Hilarious came with is I don't agree with that, and I think it was disrespectful in the way. I don't agree with that. Andy, okay, I'm sorry. Andy is my board op. Andy, it's very funny watching him throughout the show when he when he either disagrees or agrees with something. I don't agree with the vitriol because the reason is I think you can say anything to anybody as long as you present it the right way. Because once you're talking about something, it's about respect. And once you're talking about something with that type of smoke and that type of heat in your throat coming at somebody, it falls on deaf ears. It's not going to get across to anybody unless you match that energy, unless you're listening with that same energy. So other people who are hurt, other people who are upset about what Jess Hilarious is saying, they get it. They're like, okay, they're pumping their fists. They're like, yeah, let's go, Jess, because they are just as angry or just as upset at all the confusion and all the different things that they agree with her. I'm just saying how I stand is that I don't think you should come at anybody that way in order to get your point across. That be respectful. That's all I'm saying.
I agree in totality. And I feel like most people, their human nature, they don't like change, especially change that they did not ask for, that they did not sanction. But I don't think that it gives anybody the right to completely be disrespectful or to be mean to a completely marginalized community. Like, trans women are getting murdered for existence.
Yes.
Not even the ones that are speaking, not the ones that are saying things that you don't like some of them literally just for existing in the world. And that's not okay. Like, I'm here for Black people all 24/7, 365. Like, I understand that all skin folk is not kinfolk. There are a lot of cisgender Black women that I probably would never want to stand next to or breathe the same air as. But at the end of the day, I want you to be alive. I want you to be able to be happy within yourself. You're not bothering me. You're not doing anything to me. I feel like the world is trying to be a little bit more inclusive. It's less black and white, and it's very much gray, and it's bothering people. The same way it used to bother people when Black people were integrated in schools during the Civil Rights era, and they were mad. serious. They want to fight. They're throwing rocks. No, this is what we believe in. Like, we are literally doing the same thing that our oppressors did to us, to our own people, because we don't agree with something. And I that it's very important also, especially Black people, when it comes to identity. I don't understand why we are having such a hard time grasping the thought in the process of identity. Like, as you're calling me right now, Daja, Miss Daja Bell, that is not my name. That is not the name that my mama gave me, but everybody calls me that because that's what I identify as. That's the name that I choose for myself. You can call a grown man Ray Ray and Pookie and Snot and all the rest of this other stuff, but when it comes to a person saying, all right, yeah, I might have been born as Michael, but I would like for you to call me Rebecca, that's where we draw the line. Like, come on.
Okay.
We got to do better.
This is, I thought I thought we'd have time. I just knew it was a heavy hitter conversation. I am so sorry that we have to end this conversation right now, but I know we're going to pick this up another time. Daja Bell, I have to tell you, such an honor and a pleasure to have you here on the Raw Report. Let everybody know where they can find you online.
You can find me at miss.dajabell, anywhere, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You can also find me on the So Shameless podcast. You can follow us at So Shameless Pod on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere. We drop episodes every Monday and Wednesday normally, or Tuesdays and Thursdays. It depends on when we record.
Wonderful.
Don't expect all of this from me, because So Shameless podcast is literally so shameless. Like, this is just
no, I've
this
seen
is
it.
an outlier situation. They get a little ghetto over there. I'm sorry.
Well, we appreciate ghetto sometimes too. You enjoy the rest of your night, and thank you again. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Have a good one. Bye.
When we come forward, we've got this wonderful interview I've been telling you about, but right now, news, traffic, and sports on KBLA Talk 1580.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Denzel Whitaker, and I'm on the Raw Report.
More of the Raw Report with Robin Ayers when we come forward.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. An Ohio Use of Force Review Board is evaluating a 4th of July incident in which a police officer's canine dog attacked an unarmed black man. Video shows authorities pursuing 23-year-old Jadarius Rose in a vehicle chase after he didn't stop the commercial semi-truck he was driving for an inspection. Rose is later seen on the video surrendering to authorities and being attacked by the canine. In California, Black Democratic Assembly Public Safety Committee Chair Reggie Jones Sawyer is asking for billions of dollars to combat overdose deaths. Jones Sawyer says he's concerned about the mass incarceration of black and brown Californians. In celebrity birthdays, Kadeem Harrison is 58. He was born in 1965 and played Dwayne Wade on A Different World, a spin-off of the long-running NBC sitcom The Cosby Show. And that's the latest. I'm Doug Davis from the Black Information Network at BINnews.com.
In Culver City on the 405 southbound before you get to Jefferson Boulevard, got a brand new accident. They did manage to get it over to the right shoulder, but it's still going to be slow from the 10. Still got that SIG alert in Glendale, 5 northbound at the 134. That crash has the right lane of the connector to the 134 west blocked. It's slow from the 10 and still a SIG alert in Long Beach, 710 northbound between Pico and Ocean Boulevard. All lanes shut down.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Shopping for new blinds? At Blindster, we offer over 50 different blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices, custom made for your windows, and shipping is free. Shop at home and order 10 free samples of any product before you buy. Blindster.com.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Dodgers are back home after a 6-3 road trip. They begin a 9-game homestand tonight against Toronto. The surging Dodgers are 16 games over 500. They have a 4-game lead over the Giants and Arizona in the NL West. More details on Florida A&M football coach Willie Simmons shutting down his program until further notice. Several players at the HBCU school were featured in a rap music video that was shot inside the team's locker room. The rapper goes by the name of Real Boston Richie. If you heard of him, let me know. The video was for his song Send the Blitz, a tune with very graphic language. The video shoot was unauthorized. Simmons and the Florida A&M administration are investigating how Richie and his video crew were given access to film on school property. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Gotta stay fresh, ma. Tall shot with a rest bar. Shot with a rest bar. Shot with a rest bar.
Have you visited us online for the grand opening of KBLA.store? For the best in new merch, gift ideas, books, media, and more, log on to KBLA.store. Be sure to check out our KBLA team favorites at KBLA.store today. That's KBLA.store for all the official merch on your favorite talk radio station, KBLA Talk 1580.
The bounce is back.
You're listening to K-Drip, where we play all the best classic water-wasting hits like watering your lawn during the hottest time of the day and leaky faucets. They're tunes from another time because now that we face a hotter, drier future, every drop counts. Despite an extremely wet winter, keep using less water, fixing leaks, and reusing indoor water for your garden. Visit SaveOurWater.com for more ways to conserve. Up next, brushing your teeth with the water on. K-Drip.
Need a fresh start? LADWP income qualified customers can get up to $15,000 tax-free to pay overdue water utility bills with the Low Income Household Water Assistance Program. Benefit amounts may vary and will not impact other benefits. Visit LADWP.com/cares and apply today. That's LADWP.com/cares.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
The rent is too damn high. KBLA joins you in calling for affordable housing. The LA Tenants Union is a diverse, tenant-led movement fighting for the human right to housing for all. The LA Tenants Union demands safe, affordable housing and union rent control. They organize against landlord harassment, mass evictions, and displacement, and mobilize for the repeal of the Ellis Act and Costa-Hawkins Act. The LA Tenants Union is on a mission to strengthen tenants' political power through education, advocacy, and direct action. To get help with your eviction or other landlord-tenant issues, take action for justice, or become a member, visit latenantsunion.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Keeping you informed about what's really going on.
Who's got next?
And what not to miss in entertainment. You're listening to The Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
It's easy to think that I can tell myself that I don't love you. It's easy to think that I can tell myself that I don't need you. It's easy to think that I can keep on moving, keep on going without you thinking and knowing what I'm feeling.
Oh yeah, it feels so good. That's some feel-good music right there, okay? Here to discuss her upcoming performance at Soul Sets at the Park, which is a concert series for lovers of R&B and soul music featuring some of your favorite artists. This talented, beautiful woman, she's a neo-soul songstress. She is born in Washington, D.C. and grew up residing in both D.C. and Silver Spring, Maryland, a.k.a. the DMV. I know a lot of people who will be so happy repping right now. She comes from a legendary industry background with great aunt Grammy Hall of Fame, Ethel Waters, grandmother Carmen Turner, a civil rights staple, and her mother, iconic house music singer Crystal Waters. Please welcome Ella Nicole to the Raw Report. I mean, come on now.
Hello.
I just beam with such happiness and joy just reading that. That is just so beautiful.
That was a beautiful introduction. Thank you.
Absolutely. My gosh, with a background like that and such history like that, I mean, you couldn't help but grow up to be a dynamic artist yourself.
Oh, well, thank you. You know, I'm out here trying. I'm trying to live
you
up
are
to the
doing,
name. Okay.
You are doing. Yes,
you.
I'm big on the words. So
Okay,
you definitely are. And such a talent and beautiful voice. How do you neo soul and all of that, how do you figure out and define what your sound is with all this is amalgamation of like sounds and rhythms and genres? How do you define your own style?
My style, I would say, I like to call it funky soul, because being from DC, you gotta have a little go-go bop sometimes in the drums, and I love a good guitar. It's amazing. But at the same time, the passion behind soul music really resonates with me, singing about love and being sad or happy. So I love blending both of those together to try to make a sound that everybody can feel and either dance to or cry to. You know?
I was on your Instagram pages. I was stalking. I'm not gonna call it stalking. I was just being a fan or whatnot. But as I was there, you had a clip where you were talking about soul and soul music and where that even comes from. Some people say, I sing soul music, but what does that mean, right? What does that mean for you?
For me, and I know what clip you're talking about, it really, when you're in a place, you might be by yourself, in the car, in the shower, wherever, and you just feel the freest, and you can pick a song that it really suits your mood in the moment. And then wherever, for me in music, you sing from that place of just freedom and expression. That's where I feel like soul music is born. And that's why I think it reaches so many people, because it's just authentic and just raw, and you just feel it.
Come on now. Well, you've mentioned before that you have your own musical inspirations. Bill Withers, my God. Erykah Badu, Ray Charles, Alicia Keys, all people who are they come from the soul, right? Do you feel, because these are heavy hitters, and I know Alicia Keys is more of a younger generation, but a lot of people would say they love soul music because these artists are older, they've experienced some things, and they've earned the way the reason or the way that they can sing, but I look at your background and your history and what who you've come up with and listening to, and that's a place that you genuinely sing a soul music. And do you feel that any artist could sing soul, or do you feel as though that is a place that you have to identify with in order to really kind of bring that out?
Oh, that's a great question. I do feel like you have to identify in some areas of soul music, just, to the authenticity of it, and where it comes from, and even what you study, to your point. If you study the artists such as Bill Withers or Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, and just all of the effort and experience they put into the music, I do feel like that is a piece for soul. But I have heard artists, I don't know their background, and they could be babies, and they just are singing from a place like, who is in you? Your spirit is.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you hear that old soul. So I still feel like young people with old souls still hit that, that little raspiness that or if you think about Alicia Keys' first song, I Keep Falling, like it just hits you even with the drums, just all the passion within it. So I think a passionate person can definitely sing soul music. So I really think that's the key to it, is the passion behind it.
How do you feel? You put out music and you have your own fan base and growing, obviously, and all of that. Does it ever strike you that, I don't know, I'm trying to put myself in your position, right? How that must feel to know that the fans who do listen to your music are true fans of music, because there is this conversation I'll have all day, every day, any day, where on mainstream music you have artists who come out and they can do anything they want, they can say anything they want, and then all of a sudden it's a hit,
right?
And maybe it's we don't know why. We don't know why, what that thing is, what
Right.
the formula is of why they're able to become this huge star off
Yeah.
of just putting anything out there. And I'm not trying to dumb it down, and I'm not trying to slander any artists who are out there, because there is an artistry to every artist, right? But getting back to this soul and funk and that true soul music that hits you, I feel like you've got to be a true fan of music in order to really identify and be moved when you hear singers like yourself.
I think, yes, and I love my fans. I love even the little break that I took. They were still listening to my music. I'm like, oh, you guys are still here. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
But, sometimes you can hear a song, and to your point, there are those very catchy songs that are on, TikTok and the things, and it's just the short snippets that people fall in love with. But there is something to speak to behind lyrics that resonate with you, that also is paired with a nice melody, that's also paired with a voice that suits your ears. Like I know there are songs out there that anybody can hear them and just feel it, and I think it goes back to the spirit behind the song and the passion behind the song. So I'm excited for my fans, my current fans, my future fans, all of that, because I try to put as much as my spirit and love and passion into my music, and my hope is that they feel it, and it makes them feel better.
So, well, it's interesting. You are so young and fly, and you walked up in here. I was like, oh, she's like my soul sister. This is totally what I would wear. I love that. I love it.
That's nervous. I told you.
No, I love it. You are totally representing. For people who are just learning about you, though, give us a breakdown of what your sort of you write beautifully. You write beautiful lyrics, and like I said, I've been paying attention. I've been really listening. I've been on my thing. What does that process look like for you when you are creating music? Do you start with lyrics? Can a track inspire you to write, or how does that go for you?
So I write with no music, because I grew up, I watched my mom. She writes songs in her notebook. She'll have a track. So, you look up to your parents, or I looked up to my mom. And so I just started doing that, and I would write without music. And I can read, piano. I took some classes, but I don't really play an instrument. So I start off with the words and the melody. And sometimes the melody and the words come at the same time. All of a sudden I'll just start singing something, or sometimes the melody will come first and then I'll try to match the words. My best friend one time, Dawn, told me, my best friend Dawn, she told me she was listening to some song and she could guess the next lyric, and I was like, how you do that? So ever since she said that, I try to challenge myself to try to write to where people can't guess what I'm going to say.
Got it. Nice.
But yeah, so once I get that together, then I'll get with a producer, and then we'll try to just match the music. And sometimes I can hear like the drums or the guitar, like I want this to sound like this, and then we'll all build off of that. So yeah, that's my...
Okay, your mom.
Yeah.
mega icon here. How is it that, has she influenced your music? Because these are obviously totally different genres, right? But we grew up to your mom's music. Okay, let's be clear. We grew up with Miss Crystal Waters. Okay, yes. So have you pulled from her? In what ways have you pulled from her?
So my mom is an entertainer. Let me tell you.
Okay, come on now, Mom. Yes.
And ever since I was little to this day, had a show on Sunday. And so in my shows, I just remember she always tells me, it's about the crowd. You got to make sure you're there and you're connecting with them. And so watching my words, I do that when I perform.
Yes,
and so I watched her do that. Her writing game is crazy. So I've also listened to how she writes some of her melodies, and I'm like, oh, if I could just get a fire melody like that.
Yes.
So yeah, she has influenced me. I've written one. She's probably asleep now, but
okay.
I have written one house song to go to a house track, so she has that.
Yes.
So hopefully, I'll be able to have that in the works soon. But yeah, she's amazing. So,
how do you stay inspired though to write differently all the time? You know what I mean? When you are an artist and you are a writer, let's be clear.
Yes.
you have to, where do you pull this inspiration from?
Oh,
that's
Lord.
a challenge.
Yeah. So, you know, when you're in love.
Okay, come on now. Come on,
or
love.
when you just got out of a breakup, you know, it's easy, right?
Yeah.
I can write about that all day. It's when you're in that in-between space, you're single, and you like, okay. So I started, I had a thought one time. I was listening to a Beyonce song, and it was a very sad song. And I realized, I was like, you know what? She could have wrote this song off of one emotion, one bad day, one emotion, and just took the story away and just wrote about it. So ever since I had that kind of moment, that's what I try to do. Even if I see my friends' lives, you know, get influenced by that, them being in love, or, you know, I can write off of that. So that's where I draw my inspiration from now, you know, just looking around my surroundings and see what intrigues me. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Let me try to make a story about it, you know?
Love that.
Yeah.
Wow. You are listening to Ella Nicole, this dynamic individual over here with a beautiful voice, beautiful everything. When we come forward, I definitely want to discuss this event that you will be performing at on July 27th. You know, I feel like I got to show up. I feel like I got to show up. I feel like we're going to be outside, all right? We're going to be outside, sunsets and all, okay? So when we come forward, we will talk about this event and more of where you can find Ms. Ella Nicole, because y'all got to stay tuned for that. You are listening to The Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. Stay right there.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Lil Real. Right now, I'm hanging out with Robin on The Raw Report. That's right.
You're inside The Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
The family of Keenan Anderson is suing the city of Los Angeles for $100 million. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News, brought to you by CaliforniaBlackMedia.org. Keenan Anderson, a high school English teacher that was visiting Los Angeles from Washington, D.C., was tragically killed at the hands of the Los Angeles Police Department in January of this year. His family, alongside civil rights and personal injury attorney Benjamin Crump and Carl Douglas, have announced a $100 million lawsuit against the city of Los Angeles. Crump and Douglas are representing Keenan Anderson's son, Sincere Anderson, and his mother, Gabrielle Hansel. The family is suing for civil rights violations, assault and battery, false imprisonment, and negligence on the part of the LAPD officers. The family of Keenan Anderson and attorneys Crump and Douglas want it to be known that this is only part of a systemic issue within the fabric of police departments everywhere.
In our community, mental health struggles can sometimes go unnoticed. The suicide rate among Black youth has risen faster than any other ethnic group. Only 1 in 3 African Americans who need mental health care receives it. African American women are only half as likely as their Caucasian counterparts to seek professional mental health services. Even those who guide us spiritually can sometimes face their own challenges. 45% of pastors say they've experienced depression or burnout to the extent they need to take a leave of absence from ministry. As people of faith, it's time to acknowledge it's okay not to be okay. You can pray and get help. Visit normalizehelp.org for more information and resources. Join us in raising mental health awareness in our community. Funded by the Los Angeles County Department of Mental Health and the Champion Counseling Center of Faithful Central Bible Church.
KBLA Talk 1580. I'm Dominique DePrima from the show First Things First, weekday mornings from 6 to 9 a.m. Join us Tuesday with Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass. It's Mornings with the Mayor every month, only on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm James Alexander, a proud member of AARP. 1967, I was 17. That spring, my friends, the Barcades, and I made Soulfinger. It was a hit. Number 3 on the charts. That summer, we became the Great Otis Redding's Band. First gig, the famed Apollo. That fall, we toured. That winter found me in a morgue identifying the bodies of my bandmates and Otis Redding. My music and their memories bring me joy. The Barcades, forever.
What would you call a joy that is as solemn as it is sweet and knows no bounds? A joy that's beautifully rooted in soul and resilience. This is Black joy, a joy that reflects pride and honor despite every challenge. AARP believes the power of Black joy is limitless. and we celebrate this joy supreme. Join us in celebrating Black joy at aarp.org/blackcommunity.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news.
You're inside the Rob Report.
With Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Get into it. Hey, get into We have to represent for mom.
You have to.
Come on
I
now.
appreciate it.
Yes, y'all know y'all grew up with this. Come on
You
now.
can't hear. They playing my mommy's song in my
Oh, I absolutely love it. I do something every show, and I want to actually get to one of your songs that I actually played on my social media when I was posting your Easy song.
Yes.
Yeah, do you want to go ahead and get to this? We'll play a little bit of it in the background while we continue to talk about your performance. Andy, let's go ahead and play. I still want to let this play so much. I still want to let it play so much. We only got a few minutes left, but I want to get into this. Did you dance house music? Did you dance to house? Did your mom show you anything?
I try. Again.
Okay.
I'll stick to singing.
Okay.
I'll stick to singing.
Okay. All right. Okay. No, you'll stick to singing. I got it. Okay. So let's go ahead and play a little bit of this song "Easy" by Ella Nicole. I just think it's such a beautiful song. You have many songs out there, but I was like, I love it. Okay. So let's.
Oh, Heaven Unknown.
Heaven Unknown. Are we doing Heaven Unknown? Let's do Heaven Unknown because
it's my favorite song.
Okay. Let's do Heaven. Oh, is it? Okay. Good. Heaven Unknown. This is it. Beautiful.
Heaven seems so far away to me. When I'm with you, it's like you bring lips to me. Daydreaming, you've taken over my mind. Can't work, can't think, I'm free. I can't complain, it's insane how your love has captured me. Love, oh, what you've done to me. I can hear it in my heart, it whispers destiny.
Ella Nicole. Oh my goodness. Yes. Beautiful. This makes me feel like I'm sitting under a sunset, under the stars.
That was the whole.
Oh yeah.
That was the whole point.
That was the point.
Yes.
Okay. This is just beautiful. Let's talk briefly about this performance that you have coming up. I am just so excited for you. Tell us what you're excited about. You're going to be performing at Soul Sets at the Park. This is happening this week on July 27th.
Thursday.
Oh my goodness. Are you excited?
I am excited. I mean, I'm performing with the legends. We got Karen White, Selena Johnson, O'Brien's on the set too. Woo. So I mean, it's my first show in LA ever.
Wow.
So I couldn't be more excited. And it's gonna be a great time.
Beautiful at the Hollywood Park Casino. You guys, I don't want y'all to miss out on this. This is something that you have got to check out. You can get your tickets at soul-sets.com. You can also go to Ticketmaster. Remember, it's July 27th. I'm all about doing more diverse things in LA because LA is so big.
It's so big.
It's just so big. Sometimes it's just like, wait, what? Who? Where?
I got here like, well,
But then there are things like this that are so worth it because because LA is so large and you know, it's just a lot going on all the time. people want to go home. They want to go to work and go home, right? But then you find events like this and beautiful events. And music is something for the soul, and it is a universal language. And so this is something to come out for.
Yes.
This is something that you will enjoy and get a whole vibe.
Correct. Just vibe together. Again, we're outside, and literally we're outside. So it's like, and the music's going to be great. And we're just all going to dance and sway and sing together.
Okay.
Just come on out. Come on
we're
out.
singing together. Okay. And so for those people, we have a lot of people who are not in Los Angeles, but you are getting so much love in our YouTube chat, by the way. Everybody is just giving you so much love.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Penny Thompson says, I love this young lady's humbled spirit. Love her energy. She is truly sunshine to darkness. May God continue to bless you on your journey to success.
Thank you so much.
Ooh, come on, Penny Thompson.
Yes,
we're going to yeah. Okay. So let everybody know where they can find you.
Oh, yes. I am on Instagram at _ Ella Nicole. I'm also on Facebook at Ella Nicole Music. My website is Ella Nicole Music. And just, Ella Nicole is ELLANICOLE. And you can find my music on all platforms. So Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, all the things. So let me know what you guys think.
Yes, please. On all the things, like she said. I mean, truly, you have a beautiful soul.
Thank
and you have no choice but to go out and do some amazing things in this world as an artist and as a person. So congratulations to that. I will be there, so don't be acting all brand new.
No,
okay, so I'm gonna be there. Okay, yes, ma'am. Okay. You guys, thank you so much. This was a great show. Truly appreciate you. Thank you for the engagement. I see you too. I see you in YouTube. We love you. We appreciate you. My name is Robin Ayers, and remember, today and every day forward to be a blessing.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. U.S. officials are still trying to make